Chainsaw Man chapter 121. Here we are definitely seeing the inability to connect with somebody and that feeling of loneliness and isolation. And I think that at its core, Chainsaw Man has always kind of been a story about loneliness in one way or another, because all of part one, we have that social awkwardness of Denji and what he wants and what he desires and how he desires to be desired, and he desires connection, desires to touch some titties, stuff that we can all relate to. And I think that part two, with ASA as the main character, we also are getting that, but from a slightly different perspective, from a female perspective for sure, and the differences between the two, and yet the similarities are even stronger. Here in chapter 121, basically, both of them are feeling completely down and out about themselves because of their situation, and they also have interferers trying to keep them away from each other. And I think that the way that is building the relationship, the inevitable relationship between Denji and Asa, because it will happen, and they will be the greatest power couple of all time, with, being on the spectrum. But the beginning of this chapter starts out with Yoshida, and I don't trust this son of a bitch. Dude, everything about Yoshida since part 2 has just rubbed me the wrong way about him. But the thing is, this is Chainsaw Man. It could go either way. We could go in a direction where he actually is genuinely trying to do the right thing, or it could go in a direction where this guy is maybe obeying somebody else, or maybe it's not even the Yoshida that we remember from before. There's so many different possible directions that the Yoshida character could go in, and I think the most likely direction is that he probably has a giant crush on Denji, which is why he told Asa to stay away from him. I'm kidding, though that would be really funny. So Yoshida asked Asa out, and of course, after being curbed by Denji, even though she wasn't, but Nayuta made her think that she was, she goes on this kind of coffee date. Not really a date, but they go to get coffee together, and she's like assuming that this guy probably likes her. He asked to kind of talk to her one-on-one. Also, when Yoru took over her body once, she did kind of come on to him, and maybe that's kind of a lingering thing. He's been wondering, maybe I can do something with this chick, right? So he gets her one-on-one. She's all about, thinking like, oh man, maybe he likes me. And he pretty much just tells her, stay away from Denji. Doesn't give her a reason why, just says stay away from Denji. And she shatters, man, because not only did Denji just curb her, but now she thinks this guy, who, okay, all right, maybe this guy likes me. No, he doesn't like you either. So she gets more isolated and more lonely. And we can only speculate on the reasons why she wants him to stay away from Denji. It could be because of what he saw at the aquarium. He could have seen what she is or what she's capable of. Maybe he wants Denji to stay away from her. Maybe he wants to keep her alive because she is one of the four horsemen, or Yoru is, and maybe he's focusing on death. Maybe it has something to do with that. I really don't know what it is, but I still, to this day, still, until something else happens in the manga, I don't trust him, and I'm just assuming he's going to be more on the antagonistic side. Maybe he's on his own side. Maybe we have the horsemen themselves and he is disconnected, but I still think he's going to be an antagonist of some sort. Then we do cut to Denji and Nayuta, who we finally figured out is pretty much following in Makima's footsteps in the way that she's kind of keeping Denji under her thumb, kind of like a pet, kind of like limiting his connections or his time with other people so that she can have him all to herself. And it's not working out well for Denji. He's kind of just collapsed on the floor, and I think that this image is probably the most relatable thing that I'll read today. And it sucks, man, because they were having a good hangout session and Nayuta kind of ruined it, but she's trying to sway Denji, and Denji is easily, you don't have to be the control devil to manipulate Denji, okay? Like, he's pretty easily swayed, right? But she's basically telling him, like, just go out, be Chainsaw Man. You're going to have all these people love you. You're going to have all these people look up to you. You're going to have all these people think you're awesome. Like, that's better than having a one-on-one intimate relationship with a girl, which it's not. It's not true. Like, having some sort of intimacy with another person and being able to connect and open up and to have somebody you trust and care about and having that personal one-on-one is always going to be greater than having 100 people that don't know anything about you, that don't even really know you, that say that they like you, but they like this idea of you. They don't know, they like the idea of Chainsaw Man. They think Chainsaw Man is cool. He's got chainsaw for a face. That's cool. Which is It's just true. But they don't know Denji. They don't know Denji as a person. They can't connect with him on that level. And I think that that's true in a lot of cases. And even if we look at like our world today, like you have like a lot of followers on social media, but like it's not the same as having like a genuine connection with another person. Like, yeah, there's a lot of people that like you, but they don't know you know you. You know what I'm saying? And from Asa's perspective, she really starts to break down as well because she realizes that she puts up these barriers. She realizes that she claims to be so okay by herself, but then she craves this intimacy, and she wonders, what is the point of even living? Because I can't seem to hold on to any connection I have with anybody. And I get it, man, because again, we started part 2 with her again as an outcast, with her classmates looking at her a particular way, her not really being close to anybody. And it can really, really break you down over time, where it's like you're trying to make a connection, you're trying to talk to people, you're trying to understand and associate with them on a level that makes sense. And like I even relate to this, because it's like there's so many times where I try to be as cordial as I can, I try to be as polite as I can, I try to be as understanding, I actually listen to people, and I try to have these conversations and communications with people just out and about. I'm not even talking about relationships, I'm just talking about in general. Just when I go out into humanity, like I try my best to seem like I am just a normal person. You know what I mean? Like I'm interacting, but I think that when maybe I'm on the spectrum too, I don't know what it is. And yeah, you can deal with it, but over time it does begin to build up. It does begin to hurt. And I feel like that's just what Asa's experiencing right now. It's just like, I'm trying to put myself out there. I'm trying to talk to people. I'm trying to be normal, have a normal conversation. I got a devil living inside of my brain, but I'm trying to ignore that and just like be a person, and it doesn't work. And even Yoru's like, you're being a little hard on yourself, But then the finale of this chapter was strange, because this dead body falls, dead bodies falling from the sky isn't necessarily strange for Chainsaw Man, but a dead body falls from the sky, and Yoru and Asa look up, and it's this apartment complex, and all of these people are looking down. But specifically, there is one girl in the middle of the frame looking down on them, who doesn't seem to look like any character we've seen before. Now, this could just be a devil of any kind, and I would find it like not out of the realm of possibility for Chainsaw Man to just suddenly, out of nowhere, just reveal the Death Devil just at the end of a chapter. Now, I'm not saying that's who this is, and in any other manga, I would say that would probably be weird. Like, you would just randomly, there it is. There's your biggest antagonist of the series. But in a series like Chainsaw Man, I could actually see them doing that. So I'm not ruling it out. I don't necessarily think it is, but I'm not going to rule it out. So this could culminate in a number of ways. Yoru could go into battle with whoever this is, or just have a conversation, or Chainsaw Man could come flying out of nowhere, or the fake Chainsaw Man, if that is still a thing, that is something that we're going to be playing with. Yoshida could be watching from the shadows. He did just talk to Asa. So there's many different things that could happen. But anyways, I enjoyed this chapter. I really like character work and character development and dealing with things like that. So I like seeing the internal monologue of Asa and how she's feeling as she's walking away. The same thing with Denji, as they've always done with him. So I really like stuff like that, and it gives us a lot of questions of things that are going to happen or potentially happen in the future. So let me know what you guys thought of Chainsaw Man chapter 121. Leave all your thoughts, theories, comments, and opinions down below. Also, if you enjoyed the video, go ahead and like it, like every YouTuber says, but it really does help. It actually does, which is the wild thing. Like, it's so easy, but people don't do it, but it actually helps. It's crazy. I don't do it for half the videos I watch. I understand. But if you like the video, give it a thumbs up. Also, check the links in the description if you want to support the channel on a deeper level. I have a Patreon, merch store, channel memberships, all that fun stuff, and all the social media links where you can follow me. Other than that, guys, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. I'll talk to you next time.